Fine. The next topic is preferred series. Charles Renard was the first who introduced preferred numbers in the 19th century, in the beginning of 19th century. Preferred numbers are used to specify the sizes of the product. The system is based on use of geometric progressions to develop a set of numbers. There are basically 5 basic series denoted as R5, R10, R20, R40 and R80, which increases in steps of 58%, 26%, 12%, 6% and 3%. Now the question in your mind would be, what are these numbers? What is this specification? What is this series means? We have like if you take the example of shaft, in market you can have n number of sizes of shafts. Say the first size would be 10 mm, next can be 10.5, next can be 10.1 also, no? So there is no limit to different sizes. So what should be standard numbers which should be selected for different sizes? So Charles Renard decided, okay, let us have some standard method. He used the method of geometric progressions and he decided few series of numbers which can be used for identifying or setting the different sizes of a product. So the basic series was R5, R10, R20, R40 and R80, which are 58%, 28, 6%, 12%, 6% and 3%. We will go in details about this. Now, each series has its own series factor as tabulated in the table below. You will see that there are series as R5, R10, R20 and R40. Now, series factors are 5th root of 10, R5, 10th root of 10 is R10, 20th root of 10, 40th root of 10 and 80th root of 10. So this R5 means 5th root of 10, 10 means 10th root of 10 and similarly R80 means 80th root of 10. It is very easy to understand and these are in geometric progressions. Now the values are, if you find 5th root of 10, you will have 1.58. We can approximate it to 1.6. Next is R10, which has 10th root of 10, the value is 1.26, 1.12 for R20, 1.06 for R40 and 1.03 for R80. Now if you select any series, say for example I select R5, so the R5, the first number would be R5 means 1.58, 1 into 1.58 is 1.58. Now how do we get the next number? Since it should be in geometric progression, the next number of the series will be, the second number of series is established or obtained by multiplying this first number. What was the first number? 1.58. Then multiply it by series factor. What is the series factor? 5th root of 10, that is 1.58. So if we multiply 1 into 1.58, we get second number. If we multiply again it by 1.58, we get third. If we again multiply this by 1.58, we get fourth, third, fourth, fifth and so on. Next is, there are 2 basic types of series. First is basic series that we must have seen right now. Next are the derived series, means these basic series can be modified in some way and we get some derived series. So the basic series you know are R5, R10, R20, R40 and R80 and those are called as basic series. We have derived series. There are 2 methods of forming the derived series. First method is that we can obtain it by taking every second, third, fourth or nth or 5th term given in the basic series. Now they are designated by symbols of basic series only, like R5, R10, R20, we use the same symbols but followed by numbers 2, 3, 4, 5 n numbers and they are separated, those numbers and series are separated by a slash, or sometimes a bracket can be used if you want to limit the numbers, like from 1000 to 1 lakh only I want the numbers, so on. Let us see the examples. In the examples A, you see in the red we have written R10 slash 3 in bracket 1 comma last limit is 1000. Let us understand this. Here R10 means it is a 10th series, that means R10 is the basic series. Slash 3 means from the R10 series we will take only third number. If you form the R10 series, we will take only third number because slash 3 is there. Now, where to start and where to end? The first type is given in the bracket, that is 1, comma, dot 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 and 1000. Means the first number has to be 1 and the last number has to be 1000. So by this way, the series we obtain we called as derived series. It is stated here, it indicates a derived series comprising of every third term of R10 series having lower limit, that is smallest number should start from 1 and higher, and the upper, that is upper limit is 1000. Similarly, if we take another example, R20/4 in bracket dot 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 in between 8 and last is in dot 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 till infinity. Now similarly, you must have understood that this is a case of R20 series. Only fourth number has to be taken, and here it should start from infinite, it should end to infinite, but in between 8 must be there. Okay, so it indicates a derived series comprising of every fourth term of the R20 series, unlimited at both ends, but the number 8 must be inside the series. Third example we can take R20/3 200 and up to infinity. It means a derived series comprising of every third term of R20 series having lower limit as 200, means we will start from 200 but higher limit is unlimited, infinity. R20/3 in bracket unlimited and then upper limit is 20. Here a derived series comprising of every third term of R20 series having lower limit as unlimited, it will start from infinite but it will end at 200, that means it should be within 200. This was the first method. Now the second method is, it is obtained by increasing the number of a particular basic series. We have the basic series, say R5. R5 we have the number, first is 1, then 1.58, then into 1.5 and so on. So we have the R5 series, then to that R5 series, if we multiply, say for example 10, a common number 10 is multiplied to each numbers of the series. So we will get some, so those are in proportion, so they are also in series, that is multiplied or their factors has been taken. Next number can be derived by multiplying each number by 10, so the numbers become, from the R5 series we can say the next number will become 16, 26. If you see the upper second point and third point, you will see 1 is multiplied by 10, so becomes 10. 16 is multiplied by 10, 1.6 into 10, 16. 2.5 something will be there, so 26. 4 is becoming 40, 6.3 will become 63 and so on. So if we combine the complete, you will have from 1 to 1000. So the last point is, so the numbers from 1 to 1000 can be 1, 1.6, 2.5, 4, 6.3 and so on. That is the second method of having the preferred series. Now we can practice these problems, right? We can find out the R5 series from 1 to 10. You know the methods. You can practice this, finding out the numbers R20/4 100 to 1000. This is a derived series, you know. Basic series is R20. Make the series of R20. Only take the fourth numbers, but starting should be 100 and end should be 1000. Similarly, third problem you can practice. We need to specify the 11th standard shaft diameter from 100 to 1000. We start from 100, end up to 1000, but the 11th number that we obtain, that has to be shaft diameter. So we can do that also. So the next topic that we are going to discuss is Introduction to ISO 9000. ISO means International Organization for Standardization. ISO is an independent non-governmental organization, international organization with a membership of more than 164 nations. The ISO story began in 1946 when different delegates from 25 countries met at the Institute of Civil Engineers in London and decided to create a new international organization to facilitate the international coordination and unification of industrial standards. On 23rd February 1947, the new organization ISO officially began its operation. The ISO the main objective of ISO was that before that there were no any standard like standardization for different products from different countries, that different countries can follow the same codes and standards. So ISO was established. Since then ISO have published over more than 22,667 international standards covering almost all aspects of technology and manufacturing, because in those times the manufacturing was just the beginning of the like mass production was starting in those periods. So ISO was established. ISO international standards ensure that products and services are safe, reliable and of best quality. For business, they are strategic tools that reduce cost by minimizing waste and errors and then increase the productivity. They help companies to access new markets, level the playing fields for developing countries and facilitate free and fair global trade. There are so many standards. Some of them are as follows: ISO 31000, which accounts for risk management; ISO 9000, quality management; ISO 9001, requirement fulfillment, it is under the family of 9000; ISO 26000, social responsibility; ISO 14000, environment management; ISO 3166, country codes; ISO 5001, energy management. See, there are n number of codes, n number of standards under ISO, but in our syllabus we will be discussing only about ISO 9000, which I have highlighted here. ISO 9000 is a series or family of quality management standards. ISO 9001 is a standard within the family of 9000. ISO 9000, the family of standards, also contain individual standards named as ISO 9000. Means under ISO 9000 there is an individual ISO 9000 also, and there are others also under 9000 family. This standard lays out fundamentals and vocabulary for quality management that we call it QMS. The ISO 9000 family contains, there are many standards that it contains. ISO 9001 2015, this accounts for quality management systems, that is requirement. ISO 9000 2015 for quality management systems, fundamentals and vocabulary, that is definitions. ISO 9004 2018, quality management, quality of an organization as a whole, guidance to achieve sustained success, that means continuous improvement and success. ISO 9011 and 2018, guidelines for auditing management systems. In 1987, ISO adopted ISO 9000 as the golden international standards for quality. That means when a product is ISO 9000 certified, it means customer should have the complete confidence that the product is reaching its best on the field of quality, on the factor of quality. ISO originated from UK and focused on procedures and quality management. By 2006, different 9 sectors were developed comprising 16,455 standards. These 9 different sectors were generalities, infrastructure and science. Means in this field ISO started giving certification. Health, safety and environment, which became a major part in industrial and general life. Engineering, which was on boom, so it started certifying the engineering field. Electronics, which was just on the peak. Transport because the modes of transport had developed in all aspects. Agriculture, the most of the countries had the main focus on agriculture, so ISO gave certification in this also. Materials and the quality of the materials. Construction, because large and huge constructions in the field of industry and corporate started, so in the field of construction. And special technologies, any special technology were also given certification from ISO 9000. ISO 9000 is built on 8 quality management principles that we in short call as CLIPS form, where C indicates customer focus. ISO 9000 has the principle that it focus is on customer. L for leadership. I for involvement approach, that means the team working in an organization must involve each other. Process approach, that means process should be, the best process should be adopted. S for system approach to management, how the system and the management has the quality product improvement systems. C for continual improvement, means it is not that only one product is good and certified, all the products coming out of an organization should be continuously in improved quality. F for factual approach to decision making, decision should not be hypothetical, it should be on the basis of facts. M for mutually beneficial supplier relationship, because most of the global companies and organizations have different suppliers supplying the different products, so they should have the coordination between suppliers so that all are mutually benefited. ISO 9000 can better sell its product services to its customers and consumers. Means when we go to purchase a product, say for example I go to purchase a geyser, an electric geyser, if I say that it is ISO 9000 2015 certified, customer gets satisfaction that okay, it stands good on the field of quality, that means quality is not compromised while making this product. It assures customers that an effective quality management is in place and the product is globally accepted. The product with ISO certification has its acceptance globally in all over the world. ISO 9000 can be summarized as a golden international standard for quality management that presents guidelines intended to increase business efficiency and customer satisfaction. It has both the things, that is business efficiency as well as customer satisfaction. That means the producer and the consumer both must have the good quality products and the satisfaction. The advantages of ISO 9000 are continuous improvement. It continuously works for improvement. That means once the ISO certification is given, it is not that always the company is going to produce the same quality. It should improve the quality according to the demand of the market, and so continuous improvement is a focus. It eliminates verifications. Number of times the products do not need to verify. After a specific period the product has to be verified because it is certified by ISO. Higher real and perceived quality, the quality that customer looks and sees, that is the real quality and it is perceiving the same quality. It boosts the moral of the employees. That means if the organization do not have a high moral employees, then the product cannot be good. So it is also focusing on improving the moral of the employees. Improved customer satisfaction. Customers must be satisfied. It takes the feedback from the customer. Disadvantages of ISO 9000. It doesn't provide any guidelines for defining appropriate process. The ISO is certifying the product. Whatever processes have been adopted is not verified. It is not foolproof, and thus verification norms must exist. There must be some verification norms because it is just looking after the product quality. Now if you go in details, if you see the complete family of ISO 9000, we have first ISO 9000 2000. ISO 9000/2000 refers to ISO 9000 update released in the year 2000. Here 2000 means the update released in 2000, year 2000 for ISO 9000 family. The ISO 9000/2000 revision had 5 different goals. First is meet stakeholders need, be usable by all sizes of the organization, means small scale industries to big organizations, all must be able to use the same product. Be usable by all the sectors, that means agricultural sector, different sectors of the industries. Be simple and clearly understood. Connect quality management system to business processes. Next is ISO 9000/2015, the principles of quality management. ISO 9015, similarly the standards that are revised in 2015, the standards are based on 7 quality management principles. these 7 quality management principles that the senior management can apply to promote organizational improvement, that is customer focus, leadership, engagement of the people, process approach, that we have discussed the disadvantage. The process approach has been taken in care in 2015 updates. Improvements, continuous improvement, evidence based decision making, that means hypothetical decisions are not taken, the decisions must have the evidence at their background, and the relationship management.